Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole empire mourned. More than 7,000 people accompanied him on his last procession. The heir to the throne of the flourishing empire was Charles's son, Wenceslas IV, whose father had prepared him for this moment all his life. But Wenceslas did not take after his father. He neglected affairs of state for more frivolous pursuits. He even failed to turn up for his own coronation as emperor, which did little to endear him to the Pope. Wenceslas the Idle did not impress the imperial nobility either. His difficulties mounted until the nobles, exasperated by the inaction of their ruler, turned for help to his half-brother, King Sigismund of Hungary. Sigismund decided on a radical solution. He kidnapped the king to force him to abdicate, then took advantage of the ensuing disorder to gain greater power for himself. He invaded Bohemia with a massive army and began pillaging the territories of the king's allies. It is here that my story begins.
E aí pessoal, beleza? Cyber na área. E pessoal, estou aqui com o jogo Kingdom.Com Deliverance. Vamos fazer uma nova série aí no canal desse jogo medieval. E pessoal, estou gravando esse vídeo aqui. Na verdade a gente já tem uma live desse primeiro episódio do começo do jogo, tá? Mas o YouTube estragou o vídeo, perdeu o sincronismo, então estou enviando novamente agora via upload esse mesmo começo para a gente ter a série completa. Demorou? Bora lá então. Vou dar um new game aqui, claro. Modo normal e bora lá. Vocês viram que vai rolar uma disputa pelo trono, né? Entre os dois irmãos. Meio-irmão, né?
God bless. Same to you. Today's a scorcher. Well, husband, how goes it?
Good. I should get it finished today. Where on earth is Henry? I need him to run some errands.
He was still sleeping when I went out.
At this hour? Blue-blooded idler.
Well, it looks like he was out all evening, drinking like a lord.
Go and get the lazy bones up then. Quick clout round the ear should do it.
Mm-hmm. Henry! Get up now. There's work to be done.
Mother. Get up or I'll come get you up, you slugabed.
Hear that? You'd better not vex him. Now get up quick. Your breakfast is on the table. Wait, what's this? Have you been... Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a scratch.
You've been at that sword play again, haven't you? You'd better pray your father doesn't get to hear of it. You know how he feels about it.
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't that. I just scratched myself is all.
Well, just don't come crying to me if you really do get hurt. Now get up, you rogue. A fine state you're in this morning. What on earth did you get up to last night?
Bom, começou, pessoal. A gente vai trocar uma ideia com a mãe e definir aqui as primeiras características, né? Ou skill do personagem, que é o Henrik, esse rapaz. Então, bora lá escolher. A gente escolhe aqui uma resposta e aí, indiretamente, a gente escolhe uma qualidade, uma skill, que é fala, speech, né? Agilidade, vitalidade e força. Eu vou focar... Eu acho que eu vou focar aqui na fala. Eu vou focar na fala dessa vez, diferente do que eu fiz na live, né, que eu coloquei como vitalidade, mas enfim, acho que isso aqui no final acaba sendo mais útil. Então, vamos lá?
Nothing much. Me and the lads were just having a chat in the tavern. Some wayfarer stopped by. He was telling us what's going on in the world and, well, I lost track of time.
Well, I hope he didn't fill your head with nonsense. Well, I've got a feeling there's something you're not telling me. And it's connected with that scratch on your hand. And that suspicious-looking character with a sword who turned up in town recently.
Novamente a gente tem que escolher, mesmo esquema, né? E eu vou continuar aqui no discurso.
You think he's teaching me sword fighting, don't you? What use would that be to me? Here. I'm not lying to you, Ma.
All right, then, if you say so. I don't mean to pry, but you know your father takes a dim view of such things.
E agora a gente troca uma ideia com ela aqui, normal.
Did Matthew and Fritz come looking for me?
No, I haven't seen them this morning. They shouldn't be hard to find. They'll be hanging around a tavern somewhere, as usual.
Mother.
You're nearly a grown man, Hal. Father will pass the forge on to you one day soon. You've been courting that Bianca for months now. Why do you have to keep wasting your time with those two layabouts? They're nothing but trouble.
A gente pode escolher o que falar, não falar nada, né? E às vezes vai ter aqui tomada de decisão. E às vezes vai ter tempo para você responder, tá? Se você não responder no tempo, aquele que está selecionado é escolhido automaticamente, beleza?
Can I get something to eat?
I left some breakfast on the table. Help yourself.
Quando você fala e é um diálogo comum, ele fica assim, meio cinza, né? Como já usado, já falado.
Is father angry with me for sleeping late?
He's not happy. Yesterday you promised him you'd help finish that sword for Sir Radzig. He's not as young as he was, and you know how his joints pain him. He's too proud to complain, but he needs your help, Henry.
I know. Don't worry, Ma. Of course I'll help him.
Good. He always says his knees ache when there's a storm coming. I hope they're wrong this time. It's looking like such a nice day.
Do you need me to do anything, Ma?
Ah, you're a good lad. But I'm fine. It's your father needs helping with that sword.
Beleza, vamos ajudar o pai então. E aí começou agora, oficialmente. Olha só que demais que é esse cenário, cara. A poeira no ar, as texturas. Sensacional, hein? Vamos comer aqui, né? Ele tá com fome, tem uma moeda ali embaixo, ó. Ali quase no meio, do lado direito, indicando que ele tá com fome. Então, comer da panela. Comer... Só pegar o alimento e comer no inventário, né? Tranquilo. Então vamos pegar aqui, ó. Eu vou pegar tudo aqui, cara, porque a gente vai precisar. Bolo de pão, maçãs, até esse prato aqui, ó, sopa. Sopa de lentilhas. Tô em cima do banco, mas tudo bem. Agora vambora. Eu acho que aqui tem mais coisa. Ó, cebola, cenoura. Dá pra pegar. Vamos pegar porque nunca se sabe, né, o que vai acontecer, se a gente vai ter oportunidade. Ó, tem mais um monte de coisa aqui. Na verdade, a gente precisa ficar esperto com o peso. Tá vendo? Aqui, ó, 70. Eu tô com 17. Precisa ficar um pouco esperto com isso, tá? Então, eu até vou pegar. Mas... vou ficar um pouco esperto. Nossa, tem tipo muita coisa, cara. Não vai faltar comida tão cedo. Ó, isso aqui a gente tem que arrombar com um lockpick. É tipo uma micha, né? Mas a gente não tem ainda essa micha. Então, deixa quieto. Cara, tô passando o rodo aqui, ó. As comidas. Acho que eu vou vender, né? Porque no começo, pra fazer dinheiro, você vai precisar vender as coisas, cara. Qualquer coisa. Até mesmo roubar. Roubar e vender. Mas aí tem um esqueminha, tá? Você não pode vender coisa roubada só para algumas pessoas específicas. Ó, aqui tem mais comida se eu tiver fome. Mas eu não estou. Se você comer demais, você fica gordo, lento. Você perde alguns atributos temporariamente, tá? Pai, esse aqui é o nosso pai, vamos trocar uma ideia com ele?
What's the matter with you, Henry? Didn't you hear me calling you?
Aqui ele tá explicando, né? Quem quiser dar uma pausa no vídeo aí para ler. Mas ele tá explicando basicamente os tipos de atributos que você tem para persuadir uma pessoa, que é aquela boquinha, simplesmente uma skill de persuasão mesmo, né? De discurso, influenciado pela reputação e tal. Tem aquele outro que é um coraçãozinho numa coroa, que é um status social, é como se fosse carisma, tá? Então, se você é tipo um nobre, você tem um status social maior. Então, isso aqui faz você ganhar de uma pessoa mais pobrezinha, tá? As duas faquinhas ali, né, espadas, é você ser mais agressivo, para você dar medo nas pessoas, meio intimidar as pessoas, tá? Ali as moedas é para você confiar no dinheiro, né? Eventualmente para você tipo pagar alguém para convencer, né? É como se fosse um suborno, tá? E ali tem casos especiais, você pode tentar qualquer outra habilidade, por exemplo, horsemanship. Eu não sei exatamente o que é isso daí, eu nunca usei, mas tem outras habilidades que vai te dar algumas outras possibilidades de ganhar uma batalha de diálogo, né, de persuasão, tá? E essa aqui é a explicação da batalha do diálogo. Quando você estiver falando com uma pessoa, discutindo, argumentando, né, para ver quem ganha, você tem ali, eu sou o Henry, tá ali embaixo, né? Os números 3, 7 e 2. E a outra pessoa pode ser qualquer um. No caso aqui do exemplo é um guarda. Quando tá com interrogação é porque você não sabe qual que é a habilidade da pessoa naquilo, né? Você até consegue descobrir se você tiver uma skill de benefício empático, tá? Ou se você ficar trocando ideia com a pessoa, aí você acaba conhecendo a pessoa e descobre. Mas a partir do momento que você descobrir, aí você tem os números da pessoa e você sabe se você vai ganhar ou não. Então, por exemplo, ali, ó, se eu colocar o carisma, eu vou ganhar da pessoa. Mas se eu escolhesse o força, que são as espadas ali, eu iria perder, tá? A discussão. E ali no speech, né? No discurso, é uma incógnita. A gente não sabe se iria ganhar ou perder, tá? Então aqui a gente está, por exemplo, ó, a gente vai tentar, né, argumentar com o pai, mas a gente não sabe nada dele ali. Então eu vou usar o que eu tenho de maior, que é a carisma. Vou usar esse aqui, tá?
Sorry, Father. I was taking a stroll and lost track of time. Somehow I had a feeling I was seeing everything for the first time.
Hal, my boy, when are you going to get
Success.
some sense? Anyway, we've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzig, and I need your help.
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh? That drunkard? That'll be fun.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer to bang those nails into his arse.
Sure I'll be happy to hear it. Is that all?
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for Sir Radzig's sword, which I had engraved in Sasau.
You want me to go and pick it up? All right. Money, charcoal, crossguard. Got it.
And ale. Stop off at the tavern on your way home. I know you'll be going there anyway to see that girl of yours. But make sure the ale's still cool from the cellar when you get back.
Her name is Bianca.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice cool one. Run along now. Work won't wait.
Legal, então pegamos a primeira quest, log de quest. A gente pode encontrar as informações usando o J e o mapa, né, o M. O J a gente acessa diretamente as quests, que é essa abinha aqui, missões, tá? Então a gente tem aqui, ó, 5 missões, 5 quests. Uma não foi falada agora, mas já estava aqui, que é fazer aulas de espada. Aí que eu peguei agora com o pai é comprar carvão, recolher a dívida de Canesh, pegar o dinheiro, né, que ele está devendo, falar com o guarda aqui para pegar um pedaço lá da espada, né, e comprar cerveja na taberna. Beleza? Se você apertar o M, você vê também aqui, ó, onde que são cada quest, onde que fica. Eu sou esse aqui, né? Daqui é o castelo, então vou aqui primeiro. Vamos lá. Que é aqui, ó, esse castelo, né? Falar com os caras aqui.
I'll be with you.
I'm with you, Henry.
How are you?
Father sent me. We're forging a sword for Sir Radzig, and the Chamberlain has the crossguard and grip. Father had them engraved in Sasau.
Right. They're here. The Chamberlain gave them to us for you. We looked them over. Beautiful work. I've never seen anything so fine.
I can't wait to see the sword. Just make sure you don't botch it.
When did I ever botch anything?
Where shall I start?
Shut up and give me what I want, or I'll kick your ass this evening.
Right away, your lordship.
Magnificent! Shame I can't keep the sword for myself. Well, I better go if we're to get the job done by this evening.
Godspeed. See you later in the tavern.
You certainly will. After today's work, the ale might even be on me.
Legal, então já pegamos aqui, fizemos uma das quests. Sem mais delongas, vamos lá fazer as outras. Bom, aqui é o cara do carvão, ó. Esse cara aqui, ó.
Good day, Henry.
Bom dia. É o cara que vende carvão. Mas a gente precisa fazer dinheiro cobrando o Canesh, que é esse carinha aqui, ó. Então vamos cobrar ele aqui já.
God be with you, Kunesh.
What do you want?
My father sent me to get the coin you owe him for the axe, hammer and nails.
I've got nothing. Clear off.
E aqui a gente pode escolher, galera. Isso daqui já é tomada de decisão, tá? Eu vou falar pra ele pagar pelo menos pelas ferramentas, assim como o meu pai me orientou.
You know you owe father for a lot more than just the axe and hammer. If he went to the bailiff about it, you'd be in deep water. At least pay for the tools if you can't pay for everything.
I told you I have no coin, you bastard. Get the hell out of here, or I'll use the axe on you.
E aqui a gente tem uma disputa de discussão, né, de argumentação. E eu vou usar, ó, não tem o carisma, só tem aqui o speech, né, o discurso e a força. Eu vou usar força, cara.
I must have misheard you. It sounded like you just told me to clear off. But you wouldn't be stupid enough to think you can steal, not pay your debts, and then try to scare me, would you?
You son of a whore.
Valeu.
How dare you speak to me like that? Didn't your thieving father teach you any manners? No? Well, I'll teach you then. Farewell.
Então a gente vai brigar. É o primeira treta do jogo aqui, na mão, né? Trocar as porradas aqui com ele. E aqui tem uma espécie de tutorial também para fazer isso, né? Então, botão direito do mouse, botão esquerdo é o fraco e o forte, o F dá um chute, a bin ali, ele tá falando ali, é o tab, tá? E dá um lock no oponente, né? Trava no oponente e troca de um oponente para o outro, né? Quem estiver mais próximo. O shift desbloqueia. Então, se você quiser correr, por exemplo, você tem que desbloquear o lock. E o Q bloqueia, é a sua defesa. Beleza? Aí tem a sua barrinha ali embaixo. O amarelinho é a estamina, o vermelho é sua vida. E ali no lado esquerdo é a vida do cara, do oponente, tá? Se você tiver com uma moeda, uma gotinha de sangue ali, que nem tá ali, ó, no pé, é porque você tá sangrando. E se você não tratar rápido, você pode morrer, tá? Então, tem que ficar esperto com isso aqui. Quando você começa a sangrar, a sua vida começa a diminuir também mais rápido. Demorou? Vamos lá tentar dar umas porradas nele. O esquema, mano, que eu... Tá, peraí. Nossa, calma, tio.
No kurwa!
Ó, chute.
Bugger!
Toco fraco. Quando você chega perto, ele meio que te agarra, ele é mais forte, sei lá.
Oh dear, did that hurt?
Ei. Ei, tô ferido. Isso daí é... Ai, caramba. É estamina que eu tô sem.
I've got you like a rabbit. Ow!
Caralho, tô tomando um couro aqui, mano. Eita. Acho que ele ganhou, hein.
You had it coming, you pup. And your old man can fuck off too.
Ó, eu tô com metade da vida aqui. Eu posso ir lá na minha mãe. Pra ela me curar. E a gente tentar de novo, sei lá. Ou eu posso completar a missão de outro jeito. Por exemplo, eu preciso fazer dinheiro. Eu posso roubar as coisas dele. Que nem aqui, ó, machado. Ó, ele nem viu o vacilão. Inclusive aqui é a casa dele, ó. Vou tentar roubar, mano. Ó, eu tô machucado. Ó, tem um baú aqui, ó.
Chest. I'll need a lockpick to get into that. Fritz might have one.
Preciso de um lockpick.
You've no business here. Clear off.
Me pegou aqui, cara. Se ele te pegar, se alguém te pegar numa área privada, eles vão querer te expulsar. E se você insistir, eles vão chamam os guardas. Ou tenta te matar, sei lá. Eu vou tentar ir ali na minha mãe pra ela me curar. Vou tentar pegar um lockpick com o Fritz, que é um amigo meu. Pra gente tentar fazer essa missão um pouquinho diferente, tá? Cadê a mãe? Mãe! A mãe! Fala com a mãe aqui. Eita.
Ma! I'm hurt. Won't stop bleeding.
Oh, now, stop squealing like a baby and show me that. There you are, good as new. You ought to learn to do that yourself.
Thanks, Ma.
Beleza. Foi meio estranho ali, meio bugado, né? Porque ela tava sentada. Mas em tese me curou. Pode ver que a vida encheu. Aí a gente vai voltar lá. Só que eu vou tentar achar o Fritz, meu amigo, pra tentar achar um lockpick. E aí a gente vê se consegue fazer essa missão de um jeito um pouquinho diferente. Vamos ver, talvez ele esteja aqui, ó. Não, esse cara aqui é o...
Do you want to learn something?
No, I don't think so. Thanks.
Suit yourself. For the kitchen or the field, rag, fabric.
Acho que são eles aqui, ó.
You can't be serious, Deutsch. Insulting our king.
What insult? I say only the truth. Sigismund has done only what he had to.
He had to abduct the king. He had to lure his cousin Prokop into a trap and imprison him. He had to invade with his army of Tartars and besiege Kuttenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas for a king? The empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatinate as king because your Wenceslas would not go to their deeds even.
German counts. Traitors.
Now even the Pope
God be with
is
you,
opposed
Henry.
to your king.
I'm with you,
So are
Matthew.
such lords as
What's
Henry
going on here?
of Rosenberg.
Deutsch is
Even
spouting
the
shit.
Austrian dukes Albrecht
What?
and
Just
Wilhelm
listen and you'll
are
hear
on
for yourself.
Sigismund's side. Someone has to bring order and reunite the empire.
What do I care about the Austrians? And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one in Rome or the one in Avignon?
Do not blaspheme, Alex.
No, it's true, though. Wenceslas is the king of Bohemia. Bohemian nobles are on his side. To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Radzik is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief. He stayed loyal to the king. And if he heard you talking like this, he would have you whipped like a dog.
Your Diet will soon have nothing left to rule. Jobst had to sell Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is with Sigismund
and don't forget about Kuttenberg, where Germans like you kissed Sigismund's feet to keep their heads.
Yes, but...
Goodman Deutsch, this is pointless. Let us talk of more pleasant things.
My words exactly.
Deutsch has gone too far. Wenceslas is our rightful king.
Deutsch is an idiot. Well, what can you do?
I might have an idea. Deutsch deserves to be taught a lesson. Doesn't he, Fritz?
You're too right, Matthew. Should give him a proper hiding.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up in the pillory?
Don't listen to Fritz. I've got a better idea. Deutsch was talking such shit, it made me think of that huge parliament. You know, the one right next to his freshly whitewashed house.
You think we should redecorate for him? Count me in.
Well, I'd rather torch it, to be honest. But throwing some turds will do.
What do you say, Henry?
But I was going to get ale for father and a few other things. We're finishing Sir Radzig's sword.
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king.
So, Hal, are you with us?
E aí, a gente faz isso ou não? Ó, vou fazer isso, mas preciso da sua ajuda em troca.
Alright, I'll do it. But then you have to give me a hand with something.
What do you need?
Kunesh owes money to father and doesn't want to pay. I tried talking to him, but he wouldn't listen. I need more than words to get coin out of him, and I can't handle it on my own.
No problem, we'll back you up. Just as soon as we're done plastering Deutsch's house.
I'll be happy to sort out that drunken oaf.
Alright, let's go while Deutsch is still sitting safely in the tavern.
Eu pensei que ele ia pedir o lockpick pra eles, cara. Eles vão ajudar eu cobrar. Cobrar lá o bêbado, o Kunesh. Ó, Matias, ó, Fritz.
Listen, there's this locked chest I need to get into.
Ó.
Really? An honest trade not good enough for you anymore?
It's just that someone has something that doesn't belong to him, and I want to take it back.
If you say so. It's not skin off my nose anyway. I've got some lockpicks you can have. But if you get caught, you didn't get them from me.
Never heard of you. Thanks, Fritz.
Legal, conseguimos os lockpicks. Mas vamos ver também se... O que vai acontecer? Se eles vão ajudar a cobrar, se eu vou usar o lockpick. Enfim. Aqui, ó. Como é que tá a quest? A mesma coisa, cara. Só tem isso aqui opcional, ó. Discuta o plano de ataque com seus amigos. Tem essa outra aqui opcional, ó. Tente pegar o machado, o martelo e as unhas de outra maneira. Ok.
So are we doing this or not?
Wait. We have to check that the coast is clear.
Why? The Deutsch is in the tavern.
But maybe you noticed after all these years that he has a wife and a son.
And that's a problem?
Aye, it is. Henry, you go and lure her away somehow.
Why me?
Because you're the clever one.
Yeah.
Tem que tirar essa mulher daqui, ó. Vamos falar com ela então.
What do you want, lad?
I just went by the tavern and your husband was in there talking nonsense. I thought someone should take him home before he gets himself in trouble.
What sort of nonsense?
Well, he kept saying that Sigismund was right and King Wenceslas is a drunkard, that sort of thing. Some people took exception, so I thought...
God almighty, the fool. Next thing he'll start on about the popes.
He might have mentioned the popes too.
Thank you for telling me. I just hope I can catch him before he gets into another fight.
Beleza, conseguimos afastar ela. E agora?
What are you waiting for, soldier? Fire the trebuchet! For king and country!
For king and country, my ass. This is all good, clean, fun.
Nearly as good as having that traitor in the pillory. Nearly. Now that would be sweet.
That's for Sigismund!
Woohoo! Eat shit, Deutsches.
You bastards! What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Hey, Hans, can't you see? We're decorating your house for you.
It's like your old man was saying in the tavern about that traitor Sigismund. We're just doing what we have to do.
Oh, sons! I'll make those smiles off your faces!
Oh, I'd like to see you try. What are you doing here, Zbigniew? Hanging out with this poxy Deutscher? Maybe you'd like to try out the latest German fashion.
Fucker! I'll make you pay for that.
Eita. Vamos lá então. Ó, vamos trocar umas porradas com esses caras aqui. Toma! 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 Já foi.
What are you doing? For God's sake! Stop right now! The catchpole is on his way!
Porra! Corre, corre, pra correr, mano. Novo objetivo. Tô seguindo ele aqui. Ai, acabou a estamina.
What the?
Eita. As vacas aqui. É pra cá? Vamos. Ah, já deu já. Legal, objetivo completado. Conheça os rapazes... Conheça os rapazes no Canish? É pra levar eles até o Canish, né? Vamos lá, então. Ou eu tenho que falar com eles aqui? Pera aí. Ó, descobrindo aqui os comerciantes. Que vende as coisas todas, bem legal. Ei, cara, vocês não vão parar, não? Eita, vai ficar rodando? Ah, tá.
Well, we sorted that Deutsch out.
That was pretty close, eh?
That old bastard didn't stand a chance.
True, but I'm worried that fucker Hans will snitch on us.
Well, let him. Then I'll snitch on him. And anyway, what can they do to us for throwing a bit of dung?
Good point. It's not as if anyone really likes the Deutsch.
Tá, agora a gente pode falar que a gente precisa de ajuda com o Canish. E bom trabalho no lugar do Dutch, que é o alemão lá, né? Preciso de ajuda com o Canish.
I need a hand with Kunesh.
Sure, mate. You helped us, so we'll help you.
Let's get to it then.
Então vamos lá, cara. E ele fica logo aqui, ó. Cadê ele?
Damn! Kunesh, get out here, you old goat. I've something to show you.
Cadê ele? Vai sair? Acho que ele tá dentro de casa, né? Olha ele aqui.
What the fuck are you here for? You want me to take a whip to you or call a catchpole?
Just try it, you old drunk.
Giving
Nossa,
up already?
Agora você vai tomar um couro. Toma! Toma! Agora sim.
Enough! Enough! I give up. Take what you want. It's not much, but it's all I have. You understand?
Ah, beleza, nem precisei usar o lockpick. Ai, seu muito louco. Vamos pegar as coisas aqui, acho que tá no baú. Aí, ó. Martelo e as unhas. Unhas, velho, são pregos, né? Nails. A tradução tá meio falha, mas a maioria das vezes tá ok. Então tá, conseguimos pegar as coisas. Deixa eu ver, ó. Agora só tem comprar o carvão e comprar cerveja e as aulas de espada. Vamos comprar o carvão aqui.
How are you?
Bem, e você? Vamos falar de comércio. Para comprar você precisa colocar as coisas na cesta. Depois você pode tentar pechinchar. Ó, eu preciso comprar carvão. São 10. Ok. Tá vendo? Tá ali, ó. Comprar. Eu posso vender. Por quê? Porque eu não tenho dinheiro. Ó. Eu teria que pagar 5. Mas a minha riqueza aqui, ó, tá 0. Então eu vou precisar vender. O dinheiro dele é 20. Eu posso vender, né? Até 20. Enfim, vou vender umas coisas para ele aqui. Mas seria bom coisas que eu não vou usar, né, cara? O que eu tenho aqui, ó? Pera aí. Ó, tem o machado. Veja esse martelo. Esses pregos. Aí já reduziu para 2.6. Vou vender umas comidas aqui, porque machado eu acho que eu vou usar, viu? Ó, o que vale mais aqui é o queijo. Isso daqui, ó, 95, 94. É a qualidade, é a durabilidade, né? Aqui, ó, quantidade de dias. E a frescura, na verdade, 95% de frescura. Quando chegar em 0, vai estar podre. E a durabilidade 5 dias, né? É totalmente relacionada a essa porcentagem aqui. Aqui é o quanto que ele nutre se você comer. Aqui, ó, minha nutrição está 56. Pode chegar até 100. Pode passar 100. Só que se passar, aí você fica gordo. Resumindo, né? Bom, ó. Eu vendi um queijinho e mais um martelo e os pregos, reduziu para 0,3 que eu vou receber. Então para mim já deu. Aí a gente clica em X, vai para a cesta e segura o X, a gente pechincha.
Let's have a word about the price.
Sure, why not?
Aqui na pechincha é o seguinte, a gente precisa... Tem uma barrinha lá de baixo, falando de baixo para cima, tá? Que é o valor que a gente gostaria de receber ou vender. Do lado esquerdo ali, o 2 é a oferta atual e o 10 é a última oferta lá do comerciante. Aquele 20 é o preço original e lá em cima, o 150 é o dinheiro que você tem. Beleza? Tem uma moeda aqui embaixo que é o quanto que ele aceita ser pressionado na pechincha, né? Se você pressionar demais, ele fica nervoso e você perde reputação, aí ele vai vender mais caro, ele vai aceitar menos pechincha, então não pode pressionar muito não. E essa moeda é o indicador, beleza? É o que tá falando aqui, ó. Dá uma pausadinha aí e se quiser e ver melhor o que está explicado, mas é isso que eu acabei de falar, beleza? Vamos lá então. Ó, eu não posso colocar demais aqui, ó, porque senão ele fica nervoso na hora e já era, perdi. Então eu vou colocar, sei lá, aqui ó, em 2. Eu iria receber meio, eu tô pedindo para receber 2.
Agree?
That's better. Drop in a bit more and we'll call it a deal.
Tá falando para melhorar. Aí ele fez uma proposta de 1. Eu vou fazer de 1,5.
Tough luck.
Não. Ó, perdi reputação. Aí ferrou. O preço já vai aumentar.
Goodbye.
Quer ver? Vou colocar as mesmas coisas aqui, ó. Para comprar, para vender. Martelo, as unhas. E eu tinha colocado um queijo, né? Ó, eu ia ganhar 0,2, agora eu tô perdendo 0,1. Tá? Eu vou tentar pechinchar para ficar no 0 a 0. Vamos ver.
Let's have a word about the price.
Aye.
Só que obviamente, né, eu não vou... Eu não vou pressionar muito, porque senão ele já...
Alright, so.
Aí, ó. 0,2 ele aceitou, que era o preço antigo. Então, legal, consegui. Temos o carvão. Agora precisamos só da cerveja. E tá aqui, ó. Olha só, a taberna é aqui. Tem as mesinhas ali e tal. Vamos falar com a Bianca. Essa moça aqui, ó. Inclusive a mina que eu tô chavecando, né? Oi, Bianca.
God save, my lovely. You're looking well today.
You too, handsome. What brings you here?
Você ou a cerveja? Você, né?
Your beauty, of course.
Oh, noble sir, I'm as honored as any simple maid can be. And apart from my beauty, what else might your worship desire?
Jarro para o pai. O alemão está dizendo coisas estúpidas. Ou poderia comprar. Mas eu vou falar direto aqui o jarro.
I need ale for father.
A pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a cool one from the cellar.
But of course. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Out of the question. Here you go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
I can't wait.
Thanks. You'll have something to look forward to this evening.
You too. Oh, by the way, that shifty-looking fellow was asking after you.
Vaniak?
I suppose. He is a man who makes his coin robbing honest wayfarers. I'm sure of it. I'll be happy when he's gone for good. But what in heaven's name are you up to with him?
He promised to teach me how to use a sword.
What use would that be to you?
Enough. You sound just like father. I'll be going now. See you this evening.
Hal, I've got something special for you.
Is that so? Now what would that be?
Your favorite, Savior Schnapps.
Really? You're an angel.
I hope you'll thank me properly later.
You bet I will.
Legal, agora a gente tem esse Saber Schnapps, que é uma poção que você usa para salvar o jogo. Sem essa poção, galera, você não salva o jogo não, em qualquer lugar. Por exemplo, aqui, ó, quero salvar o jogo. Agora dá, por quê? Tá vendo ali embaixo, ó? Isso vai custar-lhe um Schnapps salvador. Você tem que ter essa poção, se você não tiver, não dá. Ah, mas não dá pra salvar? Dá. Você tem que dormir, você tem que arranjar uma cama e dormir. Aí quando você dorme, aí salva. Beleza? Bom, pegamos as coisas. Vamos voltar lá no pai. Entregar as coisas. Mas antes disso, eu acho que eu vou fazer a missão aqui, ó. Inclusive é o Vaniak, é o carinha que a Bianca tava reclamando, né? Que ele tá me ensinando a aprender a lutar com a espada, mas vamos falar com ele aqui para fazer essa quest.
Have you recovered from yesterday's great wound?
It was nothing. Except Mother noticed and had a word or two to say about it.
No mother's happy when a son starts to take an interest in swords. Where there's weapons, there's death. The question is, what do you want?
I don't want to rot in this hole forever. I feel like I don't belong here. I want to live and see the world. But the world's a dangerous place and I need to know how to protect myself.
Spoken like a man. And as it happens, today's your last chance. I have to leave. So, are you ready to get stuck in?
Vamos lá.
Yes.
Alright, I wait on the ground by the sheepfold as usual.
Vamos lá, cara. Olha a cerquinha de gravetos, igual que tem no Medieval Dynasty. Aquele muro também de troncos na horizontal. E os muros que tem em volta daqui, o palisade, são troncos pontudos na vertical, né? Todos eles têm medieval. Legal. Ó, mas a casa aqui fez mais sentido, hein? Um sim ou não, um sim ou não.
So, can we get started?
Podemos.
We can.
Good. And since today's the last time we'll be seeing each other, you can show me everything I've taught you so far.
Ok.
Very well.
Espada de
Let's start with the
madeira.
basics. Keep moving. Your life depends on it.
Ele tá falando só sobre a movimentação, né?
All right. Now try to hit me. You have to put your weight into your attack. If you just fiddle around, you'll get nowhere. Try slashing from different sides. Unpredictability is the key. Never repeat yourself.
Pode ver que tem 5 pontas ali, ó. Eu estou usando o Lock, apertando o Tab. Se eu apertar o Shift, ó, eu perco o Lock. Se eu apertar o Tab, aí eu fico com o inimigo locado. Eu posso mirar na cabeça de um lado, do outro embaixo. Os 5 lados aqui. E aí eu vou ter que dar um ataque forte. Você tem que escolher normalmente o lado que ele não está defendendo. Por exemplo, o lado direito. Só que ele já trocou.
Good. All right. Very good. Nice. The point of the blade is for stabbing. Try it a few times.
É que o botão direito é tipo um ataque fraco. É pra furar.
Very good. Very good. Good. Let's try something else. One strike I can fend off without a sweat. But if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another.
Aqui é pra dar um combo, dá um forte e um fraco ao mesmo tempo.
Not bad.
Ou vice-versa, um fraco e um forte.
Good. Not bad. Again. That's enough. I don't know about you, but I'm tired and thirsty. Remember though, train hard. No one becomes a master swordsman overnight. You have to work and work. And the main thing is to use what you've learned in real combat. There's nothing better than experience, believe me.
Beleza. Então, fechamos a quest. Agora temos aqui só voltar para o pai. A forja. A mãe aqui, ó. Ei, mãe. Tudo bem?
There you are, Henry. Father's been asking for you. I just hope you've done everything he told you to.
It's all taken care of, Mother. I'll go straight to him.
Vamos lá, né?
Yeah, about time. Have you got everything I wanted?
Sim, tem.
I have charcoal, the hilt, and the ale. We can start.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Well done. Right. Let's see what kind of job the master in Sasau did for us. Look at that, lad. Well, that's what I call craftsmanship.
What does the inscription mean?
Damned if I know. Doesn't look like Czech to me. Latin, maybe? Lord Radzig ordered it. Oh, this will be the finest sword I've ever made. Have you got the charcoal? Good. Then fire up the forge. We'll put it all together. By the way, someone paid me a call. I reckon you might know what it was about.
I'm not sure.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure you and your friends threw dung at Deutsch's freshly whitewashed house. He was here with the catchpole earlier, and it was not a friendly visit. What got into you, Hal?
That Deutsch was talking treason in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
Got what he deserved, did he? You can go and clean up the mess you made and apologise to him. I have a trade to run. The German pays well, and having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. You understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Then we'll never have this conversation again.
So you think it's right to let traitors speak ill of our king?
The boy gets caught, making a fool of himself, and he still hasn't learned his lesson. So Deutsch spouts rubbish, and what? You turn into a common thug. You might win a fight with violence, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth and not your fists.
The furnace is ready.
Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing. Do it. Good. Once more. That's it. Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
Father, why did you leave Prague? Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague and a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university, and all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far. But Wenceslas doesn't have it easy. It's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
Do you think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
Henry, are you all right?
Ah, tem pregos aqui para Teresa. Seria eu ver se estou com fome. Tô um pouco. O que mais não dá pra comer? Seria lá no baú? Ou é isso aqui? Não, né? Acho que tá lá no baú. Ou esse aqui? Ah, pode ser esse aqui. É isso aqui. Ó, tem curativo. Uma poção aqui e mais aquela poção que salva. Legal. Eu sei que tem um baú aqui, ó, que tá trancado. Eu vou tentar desbloquear, cara. E aí tem o mecanismo de lockpick, que é o seguinte. Você tem que achar que a bolinha ali no meio fica grande, fica amarela. Aí depois você tem que girar aqui apertando D de dado, né? E aí você tem que girar e manter a bolinha amarelinha. Ó, ela tá amarelinha bem aqui, então vamos lá. Aí, consegui. Você tem que girar o conjunto todo e girar o mouse ao mesmo tempo. Ó, tem um pouquinho de dinheiro. Tem esse Hércules e sua dieta, é um livro, né, cara? Um livro de habilidades sobre força. Que da hora. E tem um dado. Um jogo que Henry secretamente fez para lhe dar sorte no amor. É por isso que ele prefere não usá-lo para jogar. Vou pegar. Queering. Capaz de ler uma habilidade muito rara na Idade Média. Filho de um ferreiro, como certamente não seria alfabetizado. Terá que encontrar alguém que possa ensiná-lo a ler. Legal, a gente não sabe ler, a gente tem que aprender a ler. Mas depois a gente vai ter já esse livro. E a gente, pelo que eu tô entendendo, a gente ganha habilidades lendo livros. Então isso vai ser bem útil. Quem quiser ler aqui, ó, isso aqui, ó, dá uma pausadinha. Beleza? É bem legal, cara. Esse Codex, essa aba aqui, ó, tem muita informação de tudo, cara. Dos eventos, das cidades, da sociedade, dos personagens, tutoriais, né? Sobre tudo que a gente tá passando aqui, ó, vai aparecendo um monte de informação legal. Pra quem tem tempo, quem vai jogar, quem já jogou, é interessante dar uma lida, é bem interessante.
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
God above, have you gone
Gostou, hein?
Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire. We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Well, those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a commoner?
Let him try it.
Olha isso. Que imbecil, cara.
You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life. Sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work, very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzig. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but
ele sabe,
duty
hein,
calls,
mano?
and I must leave. Here you are.
Sir Radzig sabe de alguma coisa.
Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Renomado espadachim.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sure.
Martin, chama pelo primeiro nome.
It's been an honor, Sir Isvan. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzig. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history. That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Aí, ó.
Will you teach me how to use it, like Sir Radzig said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them?
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened?
Vixe, Maria.
Listen to me, Al. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry!
What about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No! You'll do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzig. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Aí, ó, ele me deve. Eita, mano.
Quickly! We have to close the gates!
Move! Come on, we're closing!
Move it, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out
on!
of time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the gates!
Get running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Ah.
Get through the gate!
Aos pais. Ele é bom, cara. Nossa.
Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run! Find a horse! Ride to town, Merc! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Ixi, mano. Corre, sema nas canelas. Mas espera aí. Eu tô com a espada, não tô? Cadê? Aqui, ó. Tô com a espada. Espera aí, cadê? Aí. Temos que achar um cavalo. Arma leve. A anel desenhada causa medo entre aldeões. Na cidade elas podem até chamar um guarda em você. Cadê? Aqui tá tranquilo? Eita, peraí.
Jó kis falat! Ne feszénk, te szafka! Most meglátod!
A picsába, mi ez? Nyírjátok!
Mano! Eita! Calma aí, cuzão! Nossa! Vou ajudar a mina ali, cara. Contra 3. É sacanagem. Vamos tentar de novo. Aí, voltou aqui no mesmo lugar. Mas contra 3 não vai rolar, hein, galera. Vou ter que achar um outro jeito. Apareceu um diálogo ali. Eu não cheguei a ver. Se não me engano, é referente ao combate montado num cavalo. Ó, você pode chamar no cavalo assoviando. E aqui, ó, o X você monta. Quem quiser dar uma pausadinha aqui para entender melhor. Mas é simples, é só movimentar. O Caps, a caminhada dá ao seu cavalo uma chance de se recuperar. Se você apertar o Shift, ele vai meio que correr. 2 vezes ele vai galopar. Cara, peraí. Cadê? Eles largaram a... Eita, tem vários soldados aqui, mano. Sai, seus bosta. Mas cadê a menina ali? Se salvou? Era a Teresa, não é? Ó, tô vendo os caras ali. Tô vendo os caras ali e só. Vambora, mano, vambora. Ixi. Estou sangrando. Ainda não sei como se curar das feridas. Tem que encontrar alguém que possa me ajudar. Ai, caramba. Ai, os caras estão aqui atrás. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Devo nas canelas. É pra cá? Não, é pra lá. Eita! Sobe aí, cavalo! Sobe! Tô seguindo... É pra cá, mano? Não, acho que é por aqui, ó. Cadê os caras? Perdeu de vista? Perdeu. Legal. Ah, consegui... Consegui, será? Vambora, mano, vambora. Ó, ali embaixo tem a estamina do cavalo também. Tem a moeda dizendo que eu estou sangrando, eu estou machucado, estou sangrando, tipo com hemorragia, sei lá. Esses caras são todos aldeões. Vão tudo morrer, cara. Esse cara aqui é um soldado, né? Não? Não. Avisa, a resistência do seu cavalo. Eita! Resistência do cavalo é baixa, pressionando o shift você pode desacelerar para galope. Uma vez que ele se recuperar, aperta o shift 2 vezes novamente. Entendi. Olha aí, eles estavam chegando perto.
Oh my God! Wait! Jesus Christ!
Help! Skeleton's been attacked! Do something! Help! Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Rádio Rosungine!
Olha, deu sorte.
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armour like it, or heard their language. Maybe Tartars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
I don't know.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out.
Oi.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
O cachorro.
Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Kuttenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Nossa, tô desmaiando aqui, ó, de fome, de sono. Vamos falar com ele aqui.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Boa, morrendo de fome.
Don't you start.
I heard about your father.
Oh well.
They say he
I
was a
wouldn't mind a bite
swordsmith
to
who
eat,
moved to
actually.
the countryside to make horseshoes.
Fled from Skalitz. How did he
I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons.
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear. aren't you, young master? Here you are then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
A mãe do prato, mano.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the outer bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Fome, quanto mais você passar fome, mais fraco você fica e no final você pode até morrer. Alimentos diferentes têm propriedades diferentes, por exemplo, uma maçã não vai te encher como um pato assado, mas vai ficar fresca por mais tempo. Ok, temos aqui então purê. Vamos morrer de fome, velho. Isso pode até matar, né? Vamos comer aqui. Para comer você tem que vir aqui no inventário e comer. Segurar o E. Até que sua nutrição fique mais de 50, pelo menos. Tá? É bom você comer as coisas que têm durabilidade já baixa. Pra você não ficar com coisas estragadas, né? Detalhe, se for vegetal, dá pra você assar. E aí ele, por exemplo, repolho, até maçã, cenoura. E aí ele fica com uma nutrição maior, mas eu acho que com uma durabilidade menor, tá? Ó, por enquanto tá 31, eu ainda tô com fome. Vou pegar aqui tudo, mano. Pato assado. Vou fazer a limpa. Pão. Se não me engano, tem um vinho aqui, ó. Era pra estar no copo, né? Mas tudo que tá na mesa aqui a gente pode pegar. Tem outras coisas aqui dos lados que aí você não pode. Senão seria roubo. Se você roubar, você vai meio que preso. Depende do que você rouba, é um crime, né? Por exemplo, queijo, olha lá, ó, roubar. Pão, roubar. Então, não. Mas deixa eu tentar fazer uma coisa, deixa eu ver. Ó, comer da panela. Isso dá pra fazer, tranquilo. De vez em quando, não é sempre. Por exemplo, agora não dá mais. Colocar no pote. Não tem pote. Então já não dá mais. Só que já era. Já não estou com fome. Vamos lá pra fora dormir. Esse... Ali na bússola, onde tem um azinho. Quer ver, ó? Aí, ó. Vá para o pátio e durma lá até de manhã. A gente pode, inclusive, ver aqui no mapa, né? Tem um padeiro aqui atrás. Enfim, depois a gente vê isso. Mas a cama é aqui, ó. Essa cama aqui. E aí, cansaço. Se você estiver cansado, sua resistência à eloquência também diminuirá gradualmente. Sleep é a solução, dormir é a solução, né? Encontre uma cama disponível se você reconhecerá como ícone de cama. Tá vendo que tem na bússola ali? Enfim. Você pode dormir em qualquer lugar. E você pode passar o tempo apertando o T.
How ill-mannered.
E apareceria um negócio igual esse daqui. Enfim, vamos dormir até de manhã. 5 da manhã aqui acho que tá bom. Você viu que recupera uma quantidade específica de energia, mas perde nutrição. Ou seja, você fica com fome.
Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Simplesmente não posso falar sobre isso. Conte a história do ataque. Vou contar, cara.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
E aí a gente vai competir aqui. Vou escolher esse aqui, ó.
A fellow by the name of Kunish owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig.
Novamente.
The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Tá vendo que tem tempo, né? Eu tô vendo os números ali.
Was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
Tô vendo os números para saber o que eu posso ganhar. É sempre esse aqui, ó.
Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you, I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
E por fim, esse aqui.
I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Tá becando a tiazinha, mano. Vocês viram que ele conseguiu ajudar a Teresa? Eu morri, mas parece que adiantou.
Move it, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, help us!
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
Pesado, hein, mano?
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
I could do with a bite to eat.
Pegue a tocha da mesa. Bom, vamos lá então. Pegar a tocha. Segurando o 1. Acender a tocha. Ou pode usar uma poção de Nighthawk. Que é tipo poção no olho de gato, sim. Pra enxergar à noite. Olha só, legal. Ó, tem uns cavalos aqui. O cavalo que eu peguei tá aqui? Deve estar, né? Aqui, ó. Montar e roubar. Ah, na verdade... Na verdade seria roubar. Ah, não, esse aqui é meu, ó. Montar. Montar e roubar. Ó, isso aqui é meu. Legal, cara. Pode vacilar, sair daqui sem cavalo, como eu fiz na live. Demorou? Vamos aqui agora para as Amélias. Eu não sabia, mas Amélias é esse espaço aqui. Vamos lá que o Sir Robert tá chamando a gente aqui, ó.
Listen up. If it's Sigismund and his army, prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
Fala com ele.
Hey, you men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly, do you understand?
Tem gente lá embaixo, né? O que está acontecendo?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And Sir Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
May the Lord watch over you.
Halt!
Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions! Who else, Robert?
Sir Radzig! What a relief!
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men.
As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will, and good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! Don't be a short way right there now!
Que beleza, então
Men,
eu estou trancado.
tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled, and report everything to me at once. Understood?
Yes, sir. Falar com o Sir Robert.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch on the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid! And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later.
God be with you.
Ok, e agora? Fique de olho nas ameias. Tem que ficar por aqui, dando uma bisoiada, né? Sem se suicidar. Essa chuva sim parece chuva, hein, cara? Olha! Que da hora, mano! Relâmpagos. Olha aí, depois vem o trovão, né? Bem certinho. Ó, aqui parece que acaba as ameias. Pô, poderia cair ali, hein? Se pudesse fugir, eu acho que até daria. Ó, aqui é uma área privada. Aqui deve ser os portões, né? Que legal, velho. Dá pra ver a rua ali, ó. Eu pensei que era mais longe, mas dá pra ver certinho, mano. Ó, daqui não dá pra ver, não. É que tá escuro, né?
God be with you.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Skip time. É, se você pressionar o T, dá pra você ficar aí paradão e ver o tempo passar. Até de manhã, né? Vamos lá. Ó, nutrição 41. Tô com fome, cara. Ó, amanhecendo. Olha que da hora, mano. Você tá maluco. Eu tô com a tocha? Eu tô. Ali. É louco, mano. Os gráficos são sensacionais. Tem alguma coisa para comer aqui? Tenho, vou comer. Aí acho que deu. Vou passar mais uma horinha. Eita.
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go!
Que isso, mano?
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go!
Vou ver pra onde? Amélias inferior. Aí a casa caiu.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scallis and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Ratsig Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, The Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Velho mandou bem, mano.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Legal, mano. Ó, enterre seus entes queridos em Skalitz. Fale com Sir Robert. E... pegue um cavalo. Cadê o Sir Robert? Deixa eu falar com ele aqui já. Pera aí, cara.
My respects to you.
Sir Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
E agora, hein? Esse... saia do castelo, objetivo.
Sir Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
Cara... tudo por causa do financiamento da guerra, do rei...
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Kuttenberg? Well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed. But it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair, him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Posição estratégica e fortes fortificações. Comendo dos senhores insurgentes de Kuttenberg. Alimentar tropas seus celeiros para o saque.
Because the lords there could have risen against him with their armies and stopped his conquest of the Bohemian territories?
That's part of it. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed 2 birds with 1 stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Where did these Cumans come from anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said, that they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
Ok. Então aprendemos um pouco, né? Sobre Kuttenberg. Por que tudo isso está acontecendo. E agora temos que ir lá, voltar em Skalitz, pegar um cavalo e sair do castelo. Para sair do castelo, que inclusive é aqui a saída, né?
Good day to you.
Olha só.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Okay.
My mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
What am I supposed to think up?
How should I know? Maybe some disguise so I could say I didn't recognize you? If a Talmberg soldier turns up, all kitted out properly, in armor and a helmet, then of course I let him go. That's obvious.
All right, I'll have a look around for something.
Então, vocês viram, né? A gente vai ter que se disfarçar de um soldado aqui, de Talberg, e aí ele vai deixar a gente sair.
God be with you.
Tem um comerciante que é esse cara aqui, ó. Otava.
Good day to you.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin. Farewell.
E aí, ele tem lockpick, mapa do tesouro, moonshine, que eu não sei o que é, bebida alcoólica forte. Tem o negócio de salvar, tocha e vinho. Ou seja, ele é o cara do lockpick e do mapa do tesouro, mas algo que eu não vou mexer agora. Por que tem esse comerciante? Porque eu preciso de lockpick, mas eu já tenho. Aqui, ó, tem um 4. Por que eu preciso de lockpick? Porque a gente vai pegar uma armadura Talberg, a guarita acima do portão. Yes, que é logo aqui, ó. E essa armadura tá num baú que eu vou precisar abrir. Stealth. Isso é interessante. Depois tem uma lidinha aqui. É bem interessante. Por exemplo, a furtividade você vai usar para conseguir se infiltrar em lugares assim proibidos, né? E se você for pego, você poderá ir para prisão. Eventualmente você vai precisar entrar nesses lugares e aí você tem que contar com algumas coisas. Por exemplo, se agachar não vai te fazer invisível, é o que ele está falando aqui. Mas se você ficar fazendo barulho, etc., você vai ser pego do mesmo jeito. Então faz diferença a cor da sua roupa que você está usando. Se você usar roupas pretas escuras à noite, é melhor do que se fosse roupas claras. E vice-versa, né? De dia, roupas mais claras seria melhor. Se for roupa que não faz barulho, o próprio sapato, a bota, né, que você está usando, tem diferentes materiais que faz mais barulho, menos barulho, e a roupa também. Então você tem essas 3 ícones aqui na roupa, que é visibilidade, fama e barulho, e quanto menor vai ser melhor. Você tem esses atributos lá no seu inventário, dá para ver também. Visibilidade, fama e barulho. Quanto menos, melhor. Beleza? E aí, se você, por exemplo, conseguir um disfarce, aí sim você consegue passar despercebido em um lugar que supostamente você não deveria estar. Basta você pegar uma roupa que é daquele lugar. Beleza? Basicamente isso está falando. E é isso que eu vou fazer. Aqui, ó, nesse baú, precisamos de lockpick, que eu já tenho. Vou tentar aqui abrir. Vamos lá. Aquele esquema lá que eu já comentei. Cadê, mano? Eita. Aqui. Consegui. Agora vamos roubar as coisas aqui. Opa. Você está sobrecarregado. Você não vai conseguir se mover. Eu vou pegar aqui, ó, um escudo também. Já que está aqui, né, na mão. E vamos sair daqui agora. Antes que alguém nos pegue. Porque a gente não poderia estar aqui. E se alguém pegar a gente vai preso. Eu estou sobrecarregado. O que eu vou fazer? Eu vou pegar aqui o cavalo. Da outra vez eu esqueci de pegar. Mas eu vou me trocar. Vou me trocar aqui, ó. Inclusive tem um baú aqui, ó. Seria interessante abrir. Deixa eu ver, mano. Vou tentar abrir também. O cara virou trombadinha, hein? Aí, ó, consegui abrir. Opa.
What the? Hey, you! Don't move a muscle!
Se entrega, putz. Cara, eu só abri,
What are you
mano.
doing to that lock? This definitely won't come cheap. You'll learn. Crime doesn't pay.
Você preso, cara. A não ser que eu convença o cara aqui. Eu tenho uma tarefa secreta. Assista, eu sirvo ao senhor de Ratai. Não se engane comigo. Ó, esses dois aqui tem mais chance de ganhar. Quanto será que o cara tem? Porque tá tudo em interrogação. Eu vou tentar esse aqui, mano.
Are you pulling my pizzle?
Falhou.
Don't you know who I am? You better watch your step, or I'll make things so hot for you, you'll be lucky to get a job slopping out piss pots.
If that's how you want it, you idiot, I'm certainly not afraid of you.
Eu não tenho dinheiro.
I can't pay that.
You still have to pay the penalty. Looks like you'll have to sit it out in jail.
Não dá pra fugir daqui, né, cara? Então vamos pra prisão.
Alright, let's go and get it over with quick.
Just the accommodation for you. Get moving.
Caramba,
and hand me
mano.
over those stolen goods.
É só pra não perder o costume, tá ligado? Todo episódio a gente vai pra prisão, mano. Mas foi pouquinho tempo, 22 horas?
I hope you enjoyed your time in our little establishment.
Not much, actually.
Glad to hear it.
And can I go?
Go? Aye, you can, I'm sorry to say. Now bugger off and get yourself killed for all I care.
I could do with a bite to eat.
Aí, deixaram eu sair. Só que eu saí sem o cavalo, velho. Perdi o cavalo, não dá pra entrar de novo? Por enquanto não. Caramba. Crime. Eu estou ali embaixo, ó. Com fome e com status de crime. Ei, caramba, mano. Vou comer uma coisa aqui. Bom, tô com a espada, pelo menos, né? Ó, as armaduras que eu tinha pego, eu perdi tudo, eu tive que devolver. Bom, vamos nessa, vamos ter que ir a pé. E aí, quando a gente vai preso e a gente sai da prisão, fica com esse íconezinho aqui, ó. Que é um buff negativo, né? Ele aparece até aqui, ó. Aí, ó. E aí ele diz que eu fico com a nutrição, condição fraca, né? Agilidade e vitalidade são reduzidas, que é justamente isso aqui, ó. Essas três coisas fica reduzido, tá? Como penalidade. Aí depois de um tempo normaliza. Cara, da outra vez eu fiquei passeando aqui no meio da cidade, mas dessa vez a gente vai passar batido e ir embora pra agilizar, tá? Depois a gente vai ter oportunidade de passar pela cidade, de ver que legal que é, detalhado, enfim. Deixa isso para os outros episódios. Vamos agilizar aqui. Esse episódio aqui vai ficar super grande, né? Para ser um vídeo enviado, né? Mas beleza, é para substituir a live que estragou, né? Vamos lá. Eu deveria estar com o cavalo, mas dá pra ir a pé. Assim que a gente chegar ali na frente, já vai ter que pular até Scarlett. Porque se não fosse isso, a distância é longa, cara. Vocês viram quando eu tava vindo de cavalo, correndo. Ó, acampamento, pedreira aqui, né, cara? Da hora. Galerinha trabalhando. Acampamento é ali, ó. Aí, ó.
Looks like they've already gone.
Olha o que é de gente morta, velho. Pesado, hein? Skeletons. Aqui é o mosteiro, né?
Jesus.
Dá pra saquear as pessoas, pegar comida. Eu não vou ficar pegando porque eu vou ficar pesado. Eu vou pegar, acho que o dinheiro. Porque o dinheiro, né, cara, é importante que eles não vão mais precisar. Obviamente, né? E eu também não vou ficar saqueando todos os corpos aqui, né, cara? Aí tem muito corpo, velho. Só se tivesse alguma coisa mais interessante. Olha. O que é isso aqui? É uma erva. Nossa, velho, tudo queimado. É doido. Bom, vamos embora, cara. Vamos embora porque o negócio é feio. Mataram os cavalos.
What's going on
Opa.
there?
Tem um cara aqui, ó. E aqui já é um tutorial de combate armado dessa vez. Aquele esquema. Direito, esquerdo, fraco, golpe forte, fraco, trava com tab, desbloqueia com shift, que bloqueia. Aí tem lá o sanguinho do oponente, stamina e a minha vida.
What are you doing here? Tired of life, are you? Ha!
Já era. Essa vez eu não matei ou matei? Matei o cara, mano? Ai não, não matei, ó. Morte. Dá pra matar, mano. De misericórdia. Então o cara ia ficar aí agonizando, né, cara? Poderia pegar as roupas deles aqui, mas vou te falar que eu nem vou pegar porque não é muito melhor da minha, não. Cadê a arma dele? Ele não tava com a espada? Ops, não, cara. Aqui, ó. É tipo um facão, não é bem uma espada. Isso sim eu vou pegar. Ó, esse cara aqui, ó. Tá quase quebrando. E precisa de agilidade 3. No momento eu tô 0. Por outro lado, a espada que eu tô usando... Não, a espada que eu tô usando não tem isso porque faz parte da história. Deixa eu só ver esses corpos aqui. Tô sobrecarregado, velho. Eu nem peguei nada. Como assim? Ah, peguei isso aqui. Deixa eu ver. Cara, é melhor do que o que eu estou usando, mas não quero não. Ele aumenta um pouquinho só de armadura. Vou te falar que eu não vou pegar não. Detalhe, pessoal, eu não vou me importar em pegar nada, porque eu vou continuar o gameplay da live, não é esse aqui, tá? Eita, tem uma cruz no meio do caminho aqui.
Sweet Jesus. It's the charcoal burner.
Ah, é o cara do carvão, mano. É o cara que vendeu o carvão pra gente. Aí, ó. Tem nego enforcado. Ixi.
Hey! No! Leave me be! Don't kill me. I have nothing.
Você tá...
Why would anyone do this? What did these poor souls ever do to them?
Tá roubando, mano. Dos corpos. Santuário. Tem um cara aqui, ó.
What's... Well, I never.
Já era. Ih, já morreu. Bom, esse cara aqui tem umas coisas, né? Eu vou pegar, cara. Inclusive, ó, machado. Não vou usar nada disso, né? Não sei nem porque eu tô pegando. Mas tudo bem. Ó, isso aqui é melhor. Melhor. E melhor. Vou colocar a arma dele aqui também, ó, o machado. Olha, velho, mataram os cavalos, mano. Sacanagem. Mas eu quero ver ali, ó. Oh, tô pesado, cara. Deixa eu largar essas coisas aqui que eu não vou usar. Ó, eu sei que não dá pra entrar por ali. Tem que entrar pela lateral aqui. Vamos lá. Ó, relâmpago, que da hora. Cavalo, mano, muitos cavalos. Ó o cara, mano, roubando os corpos.
Who's there? Hey, what are you doing here? Tired of...
Já era. Aí, esse aqui não tá morto ainda. Solte-o incondicionalmente. Deixe ele desarmado. Continua o combate. Aí é pra matar o cara, né? Deixar ele desarmado? Sim. Vai.
I'll let you go, but the weapon stays here.
I agree.
Vai, sai fora. Pega esse porretinho, mano. Olha.
Baby. He's in the world right now. Alive with a sword in his hand. You stood by his side and he did this to you. In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. Didn't abandon him like me.
Bianca.
Not you. It wasn't supposed to be you, Bianca. I'll find the bastards that did this to you. I'll find them. I swear it. Just wait a moment. I'll take care of my parents, and then I'll come back for you. I won't leave you like that.
Cara. Ó, dela é importante pegar esse anel.
I'll take this as a keepsake to remember you by. Okay.
Apesar de ser uma lembrança, depois você pode presentear a sua próxima namorada. E ela vai gostar. Não sei se é certo, mas... os pais.
Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him. But first, I have to find this shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that much for you.
Pesado, hein, mano? Cara, precisamos encontrar uma pá. E a pá tá aqui embaixo. Eu vou tudo direto ao ponto, tá, pessoal? Pra ficar o mais dinâmico possível. Mas na live eu fiquei rodando, hein?
Get away, you mutt!
Ai, que desgraçado, mano.
Get away, you beast!
What's going on? Zbyszek, what in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that Mutt the butcher's? Mutt. And isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
Está protegendo seu mestre.
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing here? What are you doing here?
Enterrar meus pais. Perguntei primeiro.
I asked what you're doing here. How about you give me an answer?
If I want to confess, I'll go to the priest. Go away and leave me in peace.
Ó, eu ganhei, mas ele é forte ali, cara. Então não vou insistir não.
Do you know what happened to Teresa from the mill? When I fled, the humans wanted to... They meant to violate her, and God knows what else.
No, I don't know. What do I care? They probably raped her and killed her like all the others. Her misfortune. Right now, I've got to take care of myself.
É idiota, hein, mano?
How did you manage to get away?
How do you think? I ran.
Não entendi.
Would you lend me that spade? I have to dig a grave, and I can't find another.
What's it worth to you? I see you have a fine sword. I'll gladly trade you my spade for that. How did you come by it, anyway?
Eu vou enfiar no seu rabo. A gente vai perder, né, se falar isso aqui.
My father forged it for Sir Radzig. It's my duty to deliver it to him. It's not for sale.
Go right ahead and dig that grave with your sword. See how that... And where will you dig it anyway? Here? You're not going to lay your parents in unhallowed ground, are you?
É realmente pedaço de merda.
Father said he wanted to be buried here, and I can't take them to St. James's. God willing, later I can find a priest to consecrate the ground.
Ah, vou perder e já era.
I've interrupted you robbing the dead. Is that why you're so ill-tempered? You bastard. Haven't you got a shred of honor?
And what of it? The butcher has no more need of coin. And now that I think of it, your sword would do me quite nicely as well. Will you hand it over without a fuss, or do you want to end up like the butcher here?
The only way you'll touch this sword is when I shove it in your guts.
So that's the way of it? Jumping off a sword, huh?
É, eu ganhei, cara. É porque é história. Faz parte da história. Não poderia perder. Mas uma disputa qualquer eu perderia. Ó o cachorro, tá aguardando o dono dele.
You know me. Your good master won't be needing this anymore.
Suado, hein? Bom, estou sobrecarregado. Deixa eu largar alguma coisa aqui. Cara, deixa eu largar essas coisas, eu não vou comer, né? Agora temos a pá. Agora temos que cavar uma cova lá debaixo da árvore, que o pai dele sempre falou, né? Pode ver lá no comecinho, quando ele tava aqui, ó, trocando ideia com o pai dele, ele fala que ele tá feliz aqui, que ele quer viver aqui pra sempre, morrer aqui nos pés dessa árvore, eu esqueci o nome. Ou seja, ele quer viver aqui, quer morrer aqui. Então a gente tem que cavar aqui, aonde? Aqui, ó. Cara de triste dele.
So, let's get to it. Damn it all. How am I going to do this?
Do you need some help? Is that him?
Yes. Can't you see the sword? Who are you? What do you want? Is Bishek?
Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers? We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him? I don't think he's going to be needing it anymore. Listen here, boy. You hand over that sword, I might just let you go. If not, you're in for a family reunion you really don't want.
Leave me alone.
Kill him, Runt! Aye, cut the bastard down. As you like. Could have just cost you a few teeth. Ah! Come on then, Horson.
Nossa. Deu nem graça. Nem peguei a espada direito, mano.
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me. This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? And now, for the maiden bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers! The games are over.
Charge! Disperse this rebel!
Perdeu a espada. E esse foi tipo o epílogo da história, né? Agora ele tá aqui sonhando, tendo pesadelo, quase morrendo. Onde é? Pra cá? Não, né?
Itt nem látok. Megjött a mulatság.
Tem que combater os caras no sonho agora.
Ó picsába!
Aí, matei 2. 3. Mais alguém? Não. Aldeão. Onde é, cara? Acho que é aqui, ó. Onde os pais deles estavam, não era aqui?
Do you need some help?
To be done.
Caramba, mano. A mãe dele. Trabalho a ser feito. Vingança.
It's past sunrise.
Henry, can you hear me?
Get up, Henry. Wake up. It's a new day.
Henry, can you hear me? Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
You still have a fever. Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back.
Ela e a mina, né, mano?
You're awake.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Tamburg hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead?
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines. After that, What did I have to live for?
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
Searching for me?
Yes. Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
Sir Divish promised Sir Radzig he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea. Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak. Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
Ugh, haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humour back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
And this is your uncle's house?
We're in Ratay Mill. My uncle's miller Peshek. He took me in, and I talked him into taking care of you too.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what has to be done. Where can I find Sir Radzig?
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa. But someone like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
I know Sir Radzig, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first. You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for medicine. That's a good deal of coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle, you wouldn't be here at all.
I owe you both my life, and I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
All right. But before you go to town, you should eat something. You're still weak. There's food on the table for you.
Legal, cara. Então temos aqui a minha casa, minha cama. Minha casa não, né? A casa do tio dela aqui. E provisoriamente a minha casa. A gente vai sempre dormir aqui nos próximos capítulos, não sei até quando. E por enquanto é só, pessoal. Eu consegui chegar aqui até onde foi o primeiro episódio. Se você quer continuar assistindo, pode acessar a live número 2, 3, 4 e assim por diante, tá? Mas daqui em diante a gente já tem os episódios que estão ok. Então é isso, vou ficando por aqui. Não vai esquecer de deixar aquele joinha maroto. Se você for novo no canal, não esquece de se inscrever e clicar no sininho lá para receber as notificações e não perder nenhum vídeo. Beleza? É isso aí. Obrigado então por assistir. Valeu, falou!